I'm Cassidy Quinn, and this is Live at 7. A new documentary takes a second look at Portland's skyrocketing housing market and its impact on the community. Priced Out made its local debut at the Northwest Filmmakers Festival last month, and it's hitting theaters again in Portland this weekend, so of course you can see it. But before you decide whether or not you should see it, of course you'll want to see it. We have director and producer Cornelius with us to talk about the film. So it's called Priced Out, all about gentrification, and it really follows one woman's story, right?
Yeah, it follows the story of a woman named Nikki Williams, who in the 1990s grew up in Albina and really embraced the idea of gentrification in her neighborhood. 15 years later, she turned around and found her entire community was wiped out.
Wow. Such an important topic to talk about in Portland. And of course, you sent us the trailer. So before people go see the film this weekend, let's take a quick look at the trailer.
We have families come in every day with a 30-day notice. The house has been sold. The landlord doubled the rent.
I just never thought my community would look like this. And it's not even my community anymore. I can't say that. Like, I don't know what this is. This is where I live, but it's not home.
It's so hard to watch parts like that because she's saying it's where she lives, but it doesn't feel like home anymore. And of course, that's something that a lot of people that have been in Portland for a long time have been feeling. What inspired you guys to really make this film?
Well, we had done a film back in the late 1990s, and it was released in 2002. It was about gentrification in Albina. And in 2015, Nikki approached us and said, I'd like you to do a sequel because so much has changed. And it's now an issue that's really not just about Northeast Portland. It's an issue that almost everybody in Portland can relate to. People who've been here only a few years also have the feeling like it's not their same community they lived in when they got here.
Yeah, so people like me, I mean, I just moved to Portland a few years ago, and already you see rent prices going up, you see people not being able to afford to live in different neighborhoods. Why is this so important for anybody, young people, older people, to pay attention to?
Well, half of the residents of Portland are renters, right? And almost everyone who's young is a renter. And of those people, you're talking about 60% of those renters are paying more than 30% of their income in rent.
Wow.
Right, so that's called rent burdened. And the fact is that you either know someone who's been evicted, you may be evicted if you're living here for more than 5 years, and you should know why that's happening and what the threat is to you.
So what do you hope people go see this film and then take away from it at the end? And what do you hope it changes, maybe?
Well, I hope people have a better understanding of the history of the community, and they have a better sense of what they should do in order to stop the problem.
Now, of course, I should have started with this, but if people don't know even what gentrification is, how would you describe it in simple terms?
Well, gentrification is really about when one class of people moves into an area and displaces out another class. It's traditionally been something that's impacted the black community for a generation, and now it's something that's being felt by people of all backgrounds all across the city.
When you were working on this movie, was there anything that really surprised you that you guys found working with her?
Well, we found that it became a citywide issue. When we started the film, we thought we were really just going to do a film about the black community, but in the fall of 2015, the city of Portland declared a housing crisis. So now it's kind of everybody's problem.
Wow, yeah. Now, when can people see this movie? So it's coming to theaters. Again, you guys had 2 sold-out screenings last month, congratulations, which is awesome. But then 3 more screenings people can see coming up in theaters? Yeah,
we've got one on Sunday, December 3rd at the Clinton Street Theater, and then we have 2 other shows on the 12th and the 13th at the McMinimans Kennedy School.
And of course, you can find all the info at pricedoutmovie.com before people, hopefully, because I'm sure they can buy their tickets in advance. So during this next commercial break, in a few minutes, they could buy their tickets. What would you say one more reason if people are still on the fence of whether they should come or not?
Well, they just have to know what's going on around them, because if you're a renter, you could be next. Wow. So succinct. That's kind of, but is there some lighthearted parts of the film too, or is it all? No, it's funny. I mean, it's the character Nikki Williams, she's a no holds barred, takes no nonsense, takes no prisoners kind of a person. So it's fascinating and just really engaging to watch her struggle with this issue, because she kind of takes a lot of different positions throughout the course of her life on this thing. We track her for 15 years. Wow. It's fascinating. And there are no advance tickets for the Kennedy School show on the 13th and the 12th. So come early to make sure you get a seat.
Excellent information. Thank you, Cornelius. Congrats on the success of the movie. 3 more chances to see it. Now, also tonight, the Portland Night Market is kicking off for the weekend.